Well, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of the Fit Female Society podcast. I'm your host, Valerie Rose, and today I want to welcome back the lovely Sonia Starr. Welcome, girl. Are you excited to be here?
I am excited to be here.
Awesome. This is going to be something very different. Our episode theme is just going to be talking about life. We have a few different points that we want to cover. Happy 4th of July to you all. And speaking of 4th of July, we want to go ahead and bring some awareness and an opening statement in regards to how animals react and different safety methods that you can use during the 4th of July celebration due to the fireworks. Sonia, enlighten us with how fireworks affect animals.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So this started with a conversation I had yesterday with a girlfriend.
Okay.
She volunteers regularly at the Humane Society. I did that as well when I was younger. So I'm definitely a fur baby, fur mama type of lady. But we've come to know that every year around this time, especially where we live, fireworks are just going off the weekend before, the weekend after, during. And it really does affect the dogs. So we give our dogs little CBD pills, trying to help calm them down. But there's a seriousness about it because that's when you find, a pet that had a home. Now they're stray because they're running around because of the scare of the firework.
Yeah.
And they sense it before it actually pops. One of my dogs, she climbs a fence. I mean, I'm going to video and bring it one time for you can see. But yes, she does that. So it's very scary. So please, be considerate. Do your fireworks only in the designated areas and hopefully just on the day, because
not all week long.
Yeah, a lot of animals respond to that. And it's pretty scary. And you asked me earlier about my necklace.
Oh, yes, I did.
This is my dog, Chula. She passed away just a few weeks ago. And, I had her for 15 years, part of the family.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Anyways, we just wanted to give the love to the...
Yes, the love to Chula.
Yeah.
And peace and the enlightenment on the fireworks. You did mention the CBD. Is that like a pill? Is it an oil? How is it provided to the dog? And do you have any other tips since we're on the topic of how to keep them like a little bit more mellow during that time? Since we can't really control the fireworks, but we could control how we comfort the dog in the home environment. So what other tips would you provide, if any?
Good, Val. Okay. Yeah, I give it to them in a little, like a doggy biscuit. It's kind of a little softer than normal.
Okay.
There's 2 brands that I use, but since we didn't really plan about talking about this, I don't have them at the top. They're on my Amazon.
Okay, I know.
Amazon cart, segue.
Somewhere in the description box below, so make sure that you check it out.
But yeah, and then I bring them in. I bring them indoors. I crate my dogs because they need to have a space for them to feel safe in. And then I'll put blankets over their kennel. So,
oh, I like that.
Yeah. So
would you say like maybe putting on like some TV or music to help kind of put the noise, like wind it down from like what's going on outside, or would you say that amplifies the noise?
No, I prefer music and maybe Snoop Dogg for the dogs.
Yeah. It's a dog. I love it. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Sonia. Sorry for your loss with Chula. I know it's a hard thing to go through, and especially having her for 15 years, they literally become a part of the family.
Yeah.
And a part of one's life. So I know that you're going to get through this challenging moment because you're a very strong woman. Love you, girl. And I appreciate you sharing that and just, also providing the awareness for the 4th of July. So everybody, do what you got to do for your dogs to help them feel comfortable, safe at home, and minimize the stress and the scares that lovely Sonia is talking about.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
Yes, I want to add.
Yes, add.
Let's have this drink in honor of my dog, Chula.
Yes, okay.
I was going to say a bad word. I was going to say my bitch.
No, you can say a bad word.
Right
Solomon would
She's right here.
this
This is my dog. This is my dog. I don't know what.
Oh, there you
camera?
go.
Right here.
That one.
Hello?
Up.
Tap
I need
it.
training.
Turn.
I need training.
Turn.
Somebody train this
It's all
girl.
good. Look,
There you
oh,
go.
perfect. Hey, there's beautiful Chula. Hey,
Dedication.
she's even matching the brand colors, black and pink.
She's in it. She is in it. So go, Val. Do your thing. Meanwhile, I hook
So
us up.
let's give them a little backstory on how you know how to like prepare these drinks and whatnot. And now let's go ahead and spotlight Moonshaker. moonshine shakers and your mobile bar business. So you can talk about that as you're prepping these drinks.
What? Okay. No, I went to bartending school just before COVID. And, my dream was to always have a bar. I really want to do a wine bar, but I figured I got to learn about everything. So, anyways,
I like that.
So I have the mobile bartending company.
Okay, I like that. Because even if you did just wine, you're only going to be focusing on wine with, saying, a mobile wine bar. And I know I would say that. I'm like, Sonia has a mobile wine bar. But I'm like, no, I'll just say a mobile bar because then it makes the options like extensive, where you can make all different types of drinks. And I love that you brought this little garnish. You know how Solomon was like, as long as you guys aren't roasting any flames or anything like that. I was thinking of something like this, roasting a little lemon, like,
Yes.
it all ready to go. So I'm having a vodka and pineapple. What are you having?
I'm having rum because sometimes I can be a pirate, so I got to stick with the rum.
Girl.
Yes. And then I'm just mixing it with soda water, LaCroix, just to kind of
Nice.
balance out the sweetness. So, anyways,
Love it.
it's a fun, easy drink. Hold on.
Thank you so much for making this beautiful drink. Oh, even with the straw. Oh, you're only
Stir it
mixing.
up.
You're only
No,
mixing.
no,
I was
no,
like,
no, no.
oh, thank you.
Do you want to drink with it?
No,
it's
I'm
kind
fine.
of not the perfect
I was like,
straw.
is that the
Yeah.
straw from Denny's?
You cannot put a straw
No,
in that
Lord.
glass.
What did he say? What did you
So you can't put a straw in that glass.
No,
that glass
that-
is too
You
cute.
know, I would have tried.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Cheers.
Chula. Rest in peace forever. Always in your heart, mind, body, and soul, and in your memories.
Yes.
And hold on to those good
All
memories.
dogs go to heaven. All dogs
Cheers to Solomon.
go to heaven. We try to convince him to have a drink with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Thank you, though.
And here's your handy dandy coaster.
Thank you.
Right. We made sure we
This
had a
is-
solid breakfast, folks.
Oh,
before
yeah,
we,
that's true.
Decided to consume.
Exactly. This is super, super tasty. Thank you for whipping this up. I think it tastes even better because it's made by you. Made with that extra dash of love.
All in good company.
Exactly. Love it. So now moving on to our main topic of the episode. We've been posting on social media like different questions, asking you all. And Sonia has this wonderful idea that is a question jar. So what we're going to be doing is pulling out random questions from the question jar. But I would love for Sonia to explain how this question jar came about, because this is something that she incorporates in her life. And we want to hear it from the woman of the hour, how that came into her life and how she implements it with her girls, family, friends, all that stuff.
Yeah. So this is my famous question jar. I'm a woman's woman in that I'm in a household of men.
Mm-hmm.
And so my girl time is so important to me. And so I have said that before. And so
have.
just gathering with my girlfriends over years, we created just a jar of questions just to keep things fun and move things along. Sometimes we had some naughty questions coming up.
I bet. Do we have any
Sometimes
of
we have
those in there today?
Questionable questions. I don't know. We got to see how receptive everything is. But
Right.
anyways, that's the premise of it. Just fun conversation, get to know, like we're still getting to know each other, but we like what we find.
Yes.
I'm loving the vibe and everything.
Yep.
But this was just something fun, not really on topic of anything. I mean, there are life questions for sure.
Exactly. Well, just
You
anything
know?
based off of life, right? Because when
Yeah,
we say
yeah,
life,
yeah.
it's like relationship, friends, hardship,
mhm.
love. It's very general. So I'm like, I know there's a
Yeah.
bunch of everything in there. Who knows what we're going to end up pulling out? So I'm super excited for you to pull out one of those questions. I'm going to let you do the honors first and pull out a question.
Shall I take it for you or for moi? For myself?
You know what? I'll let you decide that one.
Yeah. Cute.
A ver.
Okay,
Let's see.
okay.
Let's see.
So this is for you.
Okay.
And then you'll pull one for me.
Okay. So do you want to ask me this and I answer, or I ask you
Read
this?
and you answer it.
Okay. Who inspired you? Oh my goodness. When we were at Denny's, I looked at this one and I was like, oh, it'd be nice to get that one. And look at here, you picked it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Who inspired me?
Oh, you manifested that.
Seriously. So, actually, I'm going to go ahead and say 4 people, including myself. So starting off with my grandmother. She has inspired me so much in life just because I've seen her go through a lot of hardship and just seeing the strength. I know we all go through shit, but some people are able to handle it much better than others. And just seeing her be like the anchor of our family, going through so much like tragedy, and even up to this day sometimes, like seeing her being able to deal with everyone's shit in the family and just being able to take it and still provide that unconditional love no matter what path everyone chose to take is really inspiring. So I think a lot of my love and compassion comes from her and strength, just being like, hey, if she went through all this stuff, like I cannot be over here bitching and complaining about life.
Yep.
The next person in this order is not in order of importance, but I'm like, I have to like give everyone their credit. Next up would be my best friend Kendra. We've been best friends for 10 years. That is the longest friendship I've ever had in my whole entire life. And she's just been there for me through like good times and bad times. She's a mother of two. She has two little ones. I only have one daughter, and I feel like it was a lot. She is a few years younger than me, and just having two kids and going through things sometimes, I'm like, damn, it is challenging. Two little ones, like it really takes a lot. So she is someone who inspires me because of her being one of the first people to accept me as I am. Sometimes I feel like I could be too much. Like the energy, my way of being fucking loud in public. So when I met her, she was just like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. Like, yeah, I'm used to her. Like, that's what she's about. Versus other people would be like, damn, girl, you're too much. Which brings me to the third person is my partner now. We've been together for 2.5 years. He's super amazing. And he inspires me a lot to just have like more maturity, more emotional control. We're both opposite, where he's like more peaceful and calm, and I'm like the riled up extra one. So he definitely helps me with like emotional control and just seeing like all the hard work that he's built throughout his life, even though I wasn't there for a lot of it, just seeing the person that he is, how he inspires others and is always there for other people, and then showing that vulnerability and loved and soft side with me, which, some men are like just super manly, strong leadership outside of the relationship, and you can't really see that. But him being able to also love me and accept me for who I am as I'm, growing and learning and becoming a better person. And it's a love that I've craved for my whole life from a man, because the men that I was with previously, just I feel like I was the man in the relationship. I felt like I never received that love. It was more like me giving and me never receiving, which is not about giving and receiving, but when you have a partner, you want the love to be reciprocated. And I know I could love super hard. So I never really got that, where I felt like, damn, they love me as much as I love them. If anything, they love me like this, and I fucking love them like that. Me being a dumbass and stuff. So I feel that with my partner now. And I just feel like that love is like always reciprocated, and, just continuing to build on that love. And that's what inspires me, like just seeing him being a good person and being able to love me and all of that. And then the fourth person would be myself, because for a long time, before my best friend came along and my partner came along, I had to inspire my own damn self. Aside from watching like different motivational people, and there's just like a bunch of people that I see on social media, like speakers and coaches, that they've inspired me, even books, to become a better version of myself. So I think sometimes when we don't have those people to inspire us or those role models, we have to become that for ourselves. So those are the four people, including myself, who inspired me.
Wow. Well,
Yes.
cheers to all of them.
Seriously. Cheers. I'm like, dang, I haven't drank in a while. I'm starting to feel this, Sonia.
Okay.
All right. My turn to pick. All right. Should I do a big one or a little one?
It's up to you.
Okay. Whatever comes out.
Whatever. Yeah.
Oops. Sorry.
The equipment.
Like, girl.
Take us.
He's like, this is a different one. Ooh, this is a good one.
Okay.
Do you want to read it?
Okay. Yeah, put the glasses on, sure. Okay.
Oh, you want the sexy, funky ones.
Okay. Oh, something that changed your life. Oh my goodness. What decade are we talking about?
Whichever one you feel like, whichever one comes to mind, because there's so many things that change, that bring change in our life. So I think whatever comes to your mind.
You hit a roadblock and it's like, go this way. You hit a roadblock, you go that way. I mean, my first, biggest life-altering event was the loss of my brother. So that always takes the cake on everything. But yeah, that's what it was. And all its richness and depth of loss, and and just what an amazing person he was. And so all of that is that taught me sense of urgency. That taught me tell people you love them.
Yeah.
That, just
Making you
so
appreciate life
much.
more and
Yeah,
stuff.
so much.
And you
yeah.
mentioned that was the first loss you ever experienced. In
Yeah.
life, and that must have been hard. I could
Mhm.
only imagine. I haven't
Mhm.
experienced loss yet, but I could only imagine like how strong the emotions are. And it's something scary, I think, because I think about that not all the time, but randomly. Like I think when I'm around like my grandmother, I'm like, dang, she's getting older. And just as you say, like those are the times where, well, all the time you should appreciate your loved ones, whether it's a text message, a call, so that later on in life we're not regretting like, fuck, I could have done so much more. And being present. And it seems like sometimes when people are gone, that's when people want to show up and be present. But it's like there's
Mhm.
nothing we can do then, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm glad that I brought you like some reflection. I'm sure it helped you become even stronger because that's the
Oh,
first
yeah.
loss, you know?
Yeah. What's your grandma's name?
My grandmother's name is Carmen. Her full name is Maria del Carmen, but you know, she changed it to, she's like, just Carmen. She's like, I don't like it.
It's
too
a power
long.
name, girl. That's
It
a
is.
power name.
It is a power
That's
name.
a power name. All
Next
right.
question. Let's see
Good,
what's
good,
gonna
good.
come up this time. Oh my goodness.
So one of the questions so these ones I did not write, I found them somewhere.
Mhm.
I purchased some.
See,
I
Amazon
went and
store
I found
again.
some. Yeah. But my original jar, 50% of them were questions that we, and my girlfriends and my sister and
Yeah.
family, we would come up with. So anyways, it reminded me of a question,
Ooh,
which
okay.
was, if you could change your name, what would you change it to?
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I would change my name. I don't know why. It's just been like a natural thing. I would change my name to Violet. I don't know why. There's really like no freaking reason, but I really love my middle name, Rose. I love my name, Valerie.
Okay.
Is that your middle name too?
No,
Okay, I
but
thought you
you're
were
like
that's mine
along
too.
the flower line. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So I love my name, Valerie. I feel like it's super unique the way it's spelled. It's very different. So I'm really grateful for that. But I've always told myself, well, if I could have a second name, well, not always, but I've thought about this like at some point in my life. Remember we talked about
Why
saying
do we
always
do
and stuff like
though?
that?
Yeah, you say always.
So at one
Never.
point in my life, when I was thinking about like a new name, I'm like, Violet would be cool. Violet Rose, like you said, along the line of a flower.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's like no other meaning to it.
Okay, why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we come up with our little alter ego
yeah.
name? Like, Anyways, so
Well, what about you?
that one it will not be in the jar because that was
Okay.
in my. If I brought out that other jar, no.
You should
That
have.
would be
That would
on
have been more
another day.
intense. You're like, this
We
is
gotta
the
keep it
censored one.
PG right now. Okay, so yeah.
Did you want to say what your name would be if you were to come up with one? Or is it a little too naughty? Sonia, start.
No. Yeah, I'll save it. If
Okay.
you gotta use that as your question.
Okay, sounds good. Ooh, this is a good one. The most important person this year. You're like, oh my gosh, is that really on there?
Hold on, check it.
Girl,
check
I am
it.
not
See
messy.
when okay. The most important person this year.
Hey, if you want to add multiple, you could add multiple.
Yeah, I feel you. Shoot. It just
Oh, that one
depends
got
on
you
where
right
I'm
there.
coming from. Yeah. There's so many main characters in my story of life. The most important this year.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Gotta answer the question. Gotta pick a person.
Okay,
Or
I think
top
it's
three,
going to
top
be.
five.
No, I'll just keep it to one. I mean,
Okay.
because I'll just keep it to one. But it will be my Aunt Eleanor.
Okay.
Her birthday's in August, so she's got a birthday coming up.
Ooh, happy early birthday, Aunt Eleanor.
Yes, and she's a lion, and she's like the matriarch of the family. And I believe she's going to be 87.
Wow.
And she inspires me.
Okay.
And my son just got married at the end of May, and she ministered the wedding. And, ceremony is like a good 40 minutes, and everybody's caught up in the emotion of the ceremony, the vows, which were so beautiful, just everything. We're in a rainy town of Lake Geneva, and the rain stopped. And the sun shined through during the time that it was a ceremony, during the time that we needed it, you know? And it was like just wonderful.
Talk about a miracle.
But mija, my aunt was standing there the whole time, And I'm thinking, we didn't even get her a stool. We didn't even but when I went to ask her later, she's like, oh, it's fine. She's like, no big thing. She drives. She's just an amazing woman. And she's the person of the year for me because she sets me straight on a lot of things.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Her and
That's a
her
good one.
wisdom. So
Love it.
That's my
Yeah.
tia Ellie. This one's for my tia Ellie.
Cheers.
Go tias. Yeah. Whew.
You're like, whoo,
Good stuff. Got through that one. Oh, okay. I get you. I'm gonna give you a big one.
I know, finally, we haven't pulled out these ones.
Here, I'm gonna read it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to read
Okay.
it.
Okay. If your good friend were getting married and you thought it would be a mistake, would you say so? Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
I hate that you put. No, I did.
Oh.
I did.
Okay.
So there's a friend who she decided to get married with someone, and I've never been in favor of the relationship for many reasons. Because she's a wonderful woman and she'd get treated like shit by this person. So very, very ugly situation that I didn't even show up to the wedding, which it was saddening, but good for me at the same time because I felt like, damn, you're the person that should be there for her on her wedding. But I feel like I'm super real. Like, I don't like to be fake and stuff like that. So I'm like, why am I going to go to this wedding and celebrate this fake ass love when I know what it really is? And knowing what really goes on in the relationship and knowing how wonderful she is and getting treated bad. Obviously, we want what's best for the people that we love. So I did tell her how I felt about it. I told her I'm not going to go because voy a andar like with my caras and everything. And I'm not going to feel good like celebrating him. But like, oh yeah, your love is going to be amazing. And they ended up getting a divorce shortly after. So it was the best decision that she could have made because I feel like it's a step to her finding her peace, happiness, and ultimate healing to be with someone that would treat her much better.
Valerie, dang. A little bit controversial, but look at you.
Mhm.
I got to stand up for that.
Yep, and then I saw Solomon put his hand up. I'm like, what are you going to ask? What are you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say we have a siren coming through, so I was going to pause.
Well, that they're coming after her because she's crazy. I
Okay.
can't believe.
We don't have to pause.
I mean, that's bold
Yeah.
and that's badass.
You see, and then
know?
I did have people say like, well, just show up and like, just do what's best for her. But I'm like, no, because it really, even though this is the person, like one of the people that I love so much, like,
But
you gotta
that's
keep
it
real
right
with
there.
them.
You had to know that your foundation was strong
Yeah.
to be able to be like, I got to step out.
Yeah.
I'm excused from this event because it's just, wow.
And I love that you said that because then I feel like I don't really put myself in situations now for the past like 5 years, 4 years, where I don't put myself in situations that are going to bring out the ugly in me. Like the character, my hood character, I guess you can say. So I feel like getting there will bring out
Violet or
Violet. Oh, no, I'm like, I know like, woo, when I was younger, I would get involved in like lots of fights and just like being mad at the world. But this is like my teen years. I know I explained lots of that on my last podcast episode that I did by myself. But yeah, so I was like, you know what? If I show up here, like I'm not going to be happy. So why am I even going to show up when I know I'm not going to be happy? I'm going to be upset and I can choose to just remove myself from the situation and let them have their fun without having that fucking person in the background that's going to be calling them out on stuff, or not even calling them out, but just being there. And I'm like, I'm not going to be like jumping in the dance, being there and like wishing them well when I'm like, I wished you both well, but I know you don't mean well, dude, type of thing. So, and thank goodness she was like very understanding. But even then I'm like, well, I'd rather be honest instead of like lying and be like, hey, I'm sick, I can't go type of thing, and just keep it real so that maybe sometimes that's the clarification we need from others by seeing other people being real with us and giving them their perspective. And then the whole divorce happened, which I knew was eventually going to happen because it's just a matter of us valuing ourselves and realizing like this is not what happiness should be and there's better out there.
Did you stop talking to her at any point? Or did you guys stop communicating?
No, we did not stop communicating at all. I think it was just like for a few days, but it wasn't where we told each other off. It was just me expressing myself and then her just kind of being like caught up in the moment of celebrating pictures, like talking with family that she was hurt too. Like, hey, you didn't show up and it really hurt my feelings, but I understand why you did what you did. Mm-hmm.
And then after the divorce, how is the relationship now between you and your friend?
It's even better. I feel like me not showing up, it didn't really cause any issues. It caused issues within myself where I felt like, okay, what if that was the only time she's gonna get married and things do work out and you didn't show up, you know? So I was living with like a little bit of regret.
Mhm.
But then with the divorce, because I was talking all my shit and I knew it was gonna happen, I helped her with that. I became like her lawyer through it in a sense.
Oh.
And I have experience with court things just because I've gone to court to handle certain things. Nothing in regards to getting divorced. I've never been married. But hopefully one day.
Yeah, what's in that cup? No.
Seriously, right? So it was an easy process for her. I like really helped her through it. So I think her seeing like, okay, she's here for me, like in the good and the bad, like I wouldn't have been able to go through this divorce as easily. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like, dang, what a question, man. All right, my turn to pick a question for you.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go with one
Drum
of these big ones. Seriously. Ooh, okay. If you had inside information about a company, would you use it to make money?
Dang.
I'll leave it right there so you can see it. Mhm. You're like, hold up.
Insider stock trading. What's going on? Yeah, no. Yeah.
And why not?
Well, it would be tainted, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever level of achievement or whatever I used to create it with, it came on the back of something mischief.
Yep.
So
I like it. That's a really good answer.
No bueno.
I expected that from you.
But
Good
I
job,
do
Sonia.
take tips for lotto numbers. Anybody have any? Like, come on, give me your best guess. You know, but no, yeah.
Love it.
So yeah. No bueno. Okay.
I agree. These questions are amazing, Sonia. I'm glad that you came up with this idea.
Well, you're welcome. Next time we'll have a boatload of people in on this. Okay.
Right?
Do you strive to be a moral person to achieve happiness in this life, in the afterlife, or for some other reason? So do you do it,
Yep.
got it?
Yes, got
Moral
it. Thank you.
person,
So I
for
definitely
now,
do it for now and the afterlife. You see, I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in like reincarnation and things like that. So I tell myself, like, if I do good in this life for myself, obviously I'm going to live a more happier, fulfilled, and peaceful life by being around like better types of people, better environments, bettering myself. And if there is an afterlife, I'm hoping that I come back as something that's good, something that is based off of the life that I chose to live now. And if I'm doing good, then I'm only going to come back better in the next life type of
nice.
thing.
I
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that vision. I like that belief. Very nice.
Thanks.
But I want to ask Solomon because I feel like you need to cue up some music because every time I hear afterlife, I hear Prince in my brain. You know, you know exactly the verse that I'm saying. Anyways, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a question.
No,
ready. He
Don't
was
you know
ready.
the song by Prince?
Like queued up? No, you can't play it. Well, it's YouTube though. They'll blank it out anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
okay.
Hey, maybe we should pull out a question and ask Solomon now.
You could.
Look, he's getting all scared.
That's you, girl.
No, I pulled out the. Oh, wait, you're right.
It's your call. Get the one that we marked. Just kidding.
I'm just.
I'm just kidding.
Ooh, okay.
Total setup.
Here we go. A secret has to come out. Are you ready? Ooh, look at his. Why aren't you putting your
He
face
got
up there?
serious.
What do you mean secret?
Okay, here we go. What act of kindness have you done that no one knows about? Look at you getting all scared and stuff.
Oh. Well, I think I do a lot, but I mean, I don't know. I guess acts of kindness would be like in this business here, right?
Yeah.
I constantly work with like, lots of different creators, right? All of you guys. And everybody comes in and they don't really know what they're doing and all, and which is fine. And so my job is to just like make you feel comfortable. So obviously I have a set thing of offerings that I offer, but I also look at every individual person and see what they need. And I try to do special things for them
Yeah.
behind the scenes that they don't really know about, just to, and it's extra time on my part, which is
Yep.
not a big deal. But I think it's worth it just making people feel comfortable in expressing their creativity. I don't put it in their face. I don't say I gave you this for free.
Yep.
You just sort of do it. And, you know, um, I like doing that kind of stuff. But
I love
just
it.
in the course of the business.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You did get nervous when we asked. He's like, dang,
Yes.
what are they going to ask me? I'm put on the
No,
spot.
I thought you were
Live
gonna say,
recording.
Take a
tell me a
drink.
secret that no one has ever. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh my goodness. Are you ready,
Nina,
Sonia?
Nina.
Let's see.
I am.
Dang, look at she's already winning me.
Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, wait. Am I picking one for myself? No, for you?
Yes, for me, right? Because I picked one, asked him. So you pick one and ask me. Or you want me to pick one and ask you now?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the drinks are kicking in.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
One for you, two for me.
Which is the most important virtue? Well, you're getting all the important
What?
things.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say honesty.
Okay. I love that. Keeping it
For the very reason that you didn't show up to your friend's wedding. And so the first thing that came to my mind was like marriage and that commitment. Of course, because I was just at my son's wedding.
Yeah.
But then I tried to dig deep in it and I came up with honesty. So
Okay. I love that.
yeah.
I think honesty and communication are really good because it saves people time. Time from like avoiding lies, just being real with one another, and just being true to yourself and having those good morals, you know? Love it.
What's your
Yay.
answer for that?
I would have said the same thing.
Oh, I think that mine is empathy.
Oh, empathy. That's a good
Ah.
one.
I
Because not a
feel-
lot of people are empathetic.
Right. I feel like if people had more empathy and put themselves in other people's shoes before they took action, there'd be a lot more kindness, a lot less, just violence in the world. Because,
Yep.
you go up to shoot somebody or whatever, you think about that they have a family and a life and people that they impact. Maybe you don't do it.
Yep.
So.
That, you know what? That's true. That's a good one.
Maybe we could throw up like, I think it's 6 main virtues or something.
I have a virtues list.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's take a look.
So
He's like, this girl's always putting me to work.
I know I was telling him, I was like, he's never pulled up like any of this shit. Like when my other guests come on, I was like,
Well-
well, when Sonia comes, he's like, hell yeah, girl, we're doing all this extra stuff.
Well, that whole, what you just showed right now, that
Yeah.
whole nice list,
Yeah.
there was a game or something that maybe it was on social media. And so, which, because I love games. So you glance at that list and it's like, pick the first
Three that you see.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
And that's going to be your
Thing
mantra
for the next
for the
3 months
year
or
or
year.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. I love
All right.
stuff
You
like
want to
that.
try it?
Ooh, okay. Let's look
No, I
down
already,
and then
I already saw so many.
no, but look down and let him pull it up and then we'll pick. Come on, you
Yeah,
can
I'll make
do
it
this.
big.
I already
Let's
did
see.
it. I like the ones I picked the first time. You do it. You do
Okay.
it.
No, don't you can do this. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Set.
Go.
Go.
Authenticity, consideration, understanding.
There you go.
Okay. I feel like I have those already, but okay.
ACU.
Oh, I picked this one.
Okay.
Who did you inspire?
When?
doesn't say
which
when.
time?
In whichever, whatever like memory you have of maybe even someone telling you like, hey, Sonia, you inspired me or because of you, anything like that.
Oh, I know. I inspired my niece to open up her mobile bartending.
Oh,
business.
nice.
And I helped her and I trained her and I helped skilled her up and pumped her up and yeah, so yeah.
Nice. I love it.
I
That's a
love
really
it.
good one.
What's yours called?
Urbana Bartending Co., I think it is.
Oh, I thought it was
give-
going to be Sunshine since yours is.
Ah,
Sunshine.
she's so yeah.
That would be really cute.
She's cool. She's badass. Let's see. I'll give it to
She's
you.
Chingona vibes.
Yeah. Urbana. Yeah. Urbana Bartending Co. Yeah,
Cool.
I said it right.
Nice.
Yeah, she is. Yes. My girl.
Now you guys know where to check that out. And I'll make sure to link it in the description
Anybody
box
hits me up
below.
and I default to her. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your turn to pull out a question.
Yay. Okay.
Let's see what's coming up.
Ooh. The most difficult decision you made this year. This year.
Damn. I'm trying to think. Okay. Honestly, I don't have any difficult choices that I feel like I made this year. I feel like I dealt with a lot of difficult choices last year that led me to be a little bit more like
Really?
stable in a lot of areas of life and have a lot of peace. So if you want me to bring up something from last year, I can.
Do it. I mean, it said this year, but we're going to say in the last 12 months.
Okay, in the last 12 months. So a difficult decision I had to make within the last 12 months was having to work 2 jobs. I've never ever worked 2 full-time jobs in my whole entire life, but I did do that within the last 12 months when I was at a point where I wanted to obtain my own apartment, my first apartment that I've ever obtained by myself. And being a single mom and doing it on my own, my wonderful partner helps me out, but I've always been the type of woman where I want to be able to like make my own money and be able to hold shit down on my own without having to depend on a man. And not that I think that he's going to leave me or anything like that, but you just want to always be secure within your own self and be able to hold it down. And then if you have someone that contributes and helps, it definitely makes it much better. But when obtaining an apartment, as you know, I'm sure you have to show like pay stubs, and now they say like you got to make 3 times what the rent is worth. So I had to end up making around 7,000 to 7,500 for the apartment that I wanted to get. And obviously, with my coaching and my counselor position, it wasn't gonna be enough. I know it's enough for me to survive and live the lifestyle that I want, but it's not enough for them. Like, are you kidding me? So I ended up having to get a second job. So I was doing my 3 in total, but full time where I was super committed. Was my counseling position, which is an overnight position, and then I did preschool teaching. And I did that for about 5 months just so that I could like rack up
Yep.
the
Mhm.
pay stubs, save extra money to then be able to show like, hey, I've been doing this consistent. Like, now can you give me the apartment type of thing? So that would be the most difficult choice because yeah, I had to sacrifice a lot of time with friends, my daughter, just making better financial decisions. But honestly, I feel like it helped me to be in that stable position that I am now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Yep,
A
definitely.
lot of teaching in that story. I hope
Exactly.
people are paying attention because, yeah, someone just kind of said something to me. And if you would have right there next, I would have been like, see, she did it. So,
Yeah, and I think sometimes people think certain things are hard, but I'm like, if you just do the work and put your head down, because I was like, either I stay living with my grandmother forever. I wasn't ready to move in with my partner. It's something that it's just not in our plans to do right now. It's like we want to do it when the time is right, not because I just want to have that urge to leave my family. It's like, no, I think before I move in, like I need to be stable on my own, like financially and all that stuff. So as I've been saying for the last year or a year and a half, I felt like I really needed to work on my emotional control and my financial stability. So now I succeeded at that financial stability where I'm not rich, but I definitely have like a good savings account. Like I'm able to pay things on my own. And then, as I mentioned, like having the help of my partner obviously helps too with like any little extras. And now I'm just like on that path of having the emotional control and to continue doing
Nice.
what I'm doing, like working on my personal development too.
Girl, you are
Yeah.
doing it.
Thanks,
You
thanks.
are doing it.
Thank
Lots
you.
of
I
goodies
appreciate
in
it.
that whole thing you're saying.
Literally. So I'm like, you can definitely do it. You just got to find solutions. So I could have just complained. I could have just been like, you know what? This is too hard. I'm going to go live with my grandmother. But I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do. Like, I really wanted to provide that home for myself and my daughter and her. See, like,
Yeah,
hey,
that
you
is
can
so
do it.
smart.
Yeah.
That is just so smart. You're doing it.
Thank
You're
you.
doing
Thank
it,
you.
girly. Yay. Oh, wait. No, it's you.
Oh, yes. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be hard. This is
Oh
gonna
my
be
God. Give me my other jar.
No. Is there anyone you wouldn't show compassion toward? Oh,
No. No. Now, I might not invite them in my house.
mhm.
Like that doesn't equal that.
Right.
Um, but no. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice and simple. Nice and simple, Sonia.
Yes. Yeah. We don't gotta be deep on everything.
Right. Wait,
Wait,
you're
okay,
supposed to
oh,
pick
wait.
one.
For you. Okay. Something you regret doing.
Oh my gosh.
It's what it says. What
I know. I
are
was
you
like,
gonna
damn. I was like,
say?
I'm thinking something I regret
Oh my
doing.
God.
I'm glad
Where's
I
the
didn't
one
get
that
that
says
one.
dear?
I know. I was like, that one's hard. I was like, it's really
dear,
making me. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'll start off with no. I was gonna say I don't regret anything, but I'm gonna say
Just one thing,
I know,
girl.
just one thing. I regret the time that I wasn't a healed woman and I was disrespectful to myself. Meaning I didn't value myself. I was a little bit naive, but it was more like poor decision making where I'm like, damn, if I would have taken that time when I was in that 10-year relationship, toxic on and off, like if I would have taken the time to really analyze and seen things for what it was, I would have left a long time ago and I would have been in a whole other place in my life. So there will be times where I tell myself, if you were a little bit fucking smarter and you really paid attention, imagine where you would have been if you used those 10 years to work on yourself. You would have been ahead of the game. And after I left that relationship, obviously a few years after, I was like, I did get ahead of the game. But then I told myself, well, if you did better during those 10 years, you would have been in a different place. But obviously we have to go through things to like grow and, make better decisions and all of that stuff. So I do regret like not being aware or being aware, but not choosing to do better. So knowing better, knowing that I can do better, but not doing better. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
When
that's the one.
Yeah.
You got all these, I was like, all these drinks in you. I was like, you got this little drink in me and it's like a little fountain of truth. That's
Speaking
what I
of which,
want.
she's on her second. You haven't finished your first.
No,
Oh,
I
shoot,
just
you're
refilled
right.
with bubbly. Yeah.
Don't lie. So
Because I don't
I'm
like,
just kidding.
I like my cup more than half full. So.
Okay, makes sense.
Like my life.
All right, now I will pick for you.
Oh my God, pick a good one.
Hey, we've been picking good ones.
I know.
Oof. Yeah. Similar to the one that you just asked me. A person you neglected.
A person can I get more context?
Well, that's what it says. A person you neglected. So neglected can mean a lot of things. Let's see what she says.
Yeah. I am the opposite of a person who neglects because I'm usually like, pouring on, pouring on
Yes.
the love, pouring on. But I think sometimes when we do that, we do neglect ourselves.
Mhm. I knew you were going to go there.
So there's definitely that. But to be more specific, I kind of figured it out in that I put a post a few years ago and I put a picture of myself and I think I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
And, whatever, crazy, after recess, you go take the picture and you're like,
Yeah.
But that post was because that was me reconciling with that little girl and letting her know she's no longer neglected. She's at the forefront she's with me now, and I want to make her proud. She had dreams, Sonia, the 50-year-old Sonia is now encompassing all of. So, yeah.
That's a really good one. You took it way back. I love it. All the way to kindergarten.
Yeah. But I do feel bad because my dog Chula, when she passed away, we had been on vacation. We were at the wedding, so we were not there for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, during her like last days.
And so you had said like, I already knew it, but you also like reiterated this morning, like they feel when you're not there.
Yep.
But we always would come back for her, but she was just already too far sick. So
Yeah.
anyways.
And you wouldn't have known. It's not like
don't
while you were
neglect
the
your dogs.
right, but I don't feel like it was you being neglectful because
No.
you were away not knowing that this was happening.
Yeah.
And once you got home and you realized, I remember what you told me. The first thing you did was you cared for her and you took her. You could have like rested and relaxed for a bit after a wedding, which is a beautiful thing, but it could be draining emotionally, mentally, even
Oh my
physically.
God, that's a whole.
Especially
is there a card in
40s,
there?
like,
Yeah.
and you're traveling too, like it's a lot. So don't feel like you neglected her because you were definitely there for her. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's all good. I'm like, take your little mindful moment.
Let's do one for him. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this one for him. A person you lost. Wait, a person you lost or left you.
Oh,
He looks at us like, oh man. He's like, why are you bringing me into this shit?
A person you lost or left you, my friend.
wow. I'd have to say my wife recently. So
Oh,
there you go.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry. I mean, life is a path. So how do
Yeah.
I know what circumstances are going to lead me to the
Yeah.
next thing? So
Right?
I'm just going along with it.
Yeah. Okay. Loss
like
is
that.
though. Loss is a 4-letter word.
So is love.
Mother. Okay. All right.
Let's say we're talking about death. Let's be clear.
Wait, what was
He's like,
I?
get in my mind, hard as Oh,
Are
my
you
goodness.
sure he's not drinking over there?
Right?
Yeah, I'm an empathetic drunk. There you go.
There you go. He's like, I could energetically feel y'all drunkness. Or buzz, because we're not drunk. But
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, whatever.
Takes a
Valerie.
little bit more. Yeah, that's good.
Mhm. Okay, so now I ask you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just out of order. We're all over the place.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
It's all
good.
good.
Okay.
In the meantime, in case anybody's wondering, we have Absolute Vodka Parrot Babe.
Oh man, here we go with this. I'm not too fond of this one, but we're gonna do it. Let's see what you said. Okay.
So this one's for yourself.
No, this one's for you. That's why
Right away.
if I pick
This
it,
one's
no,
for
no,
yourself.
don't try to think that just because I got a few of these little sips that I'm gonna be like not mindful of what's going on. A political event that moved you.
Santa
Oh,
Maria
wow.
Purísima.
And I was like,
Okay.
man, now we're hitting the politics on this podcast.
Whatever gets us the views. No, just kidding. You know what? Just the overwhelming feeling that in this election, no one is a winner. Doesn't matter what party you're affiliated with. It doesn't matter if you're running independent. It doesn't matter. It's just, the choices are not good and no bueno. It's like, it's the same goddamn thing.
Yep.
It's just not. And hopefully, I want everybody to go out and vote. And when you do, I would keep at the forefront of your mind and your heart and your gut, who would you feel safe being alone in a room with? That's going to be my guiding choice when I've got to check the box. That's it. Pure, stripped down to humanity.
Got it.
That's it. So that
That is a
was
wonderful
huge.
response. You
That's
handled that shit very well.
That's huge.
I probably wouldn't have.
I should be a politician. Just kidding.
You know what? You never know. Maybe in your
No,
afterlife.
honestly, I
your
did
next
have
life.
goals. Don't get me started. Yeah. Had hashtag goals. But my husband has too much dirt. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, who is this for? This is for you.
Yes.
Okay. Something you learned. So cute. Something you
Something I
learned. Which someone trained me. You're not really training me, Solomon. You're like, Sonia.
Remember, follow the light. There you go.
That's the
Okay.
first time I heard that.
Something you learned. Damn, that's a really hard one.
What? You're a whole wealth full of.
Oh, wait. Well, it could be like anything. I was thinking, like, I guess something recently that I learned was something you learned. I learned how to heal myself, transform myself, get the experience within me doing it for myself, and then getting educated to be a transformational life coach to then help other people transform. That's something that I've learned.
Okay.
Ask.
Well, I just want to chime in because something that I just recently learned
Okay.
was about this hot girl summer thing.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you did tell me that.
I'm like,
Okay, so what is
what
Hot Girl
is
Summer?
it?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you see, I've seen two different things. Like, I remember my best friend was like, we're going to have a hot girl summer. I was like, no. I was like, I'll stick with the hot girl part, but not the whole hot girl summer. So I think it has two different meanings. When I looked it up, it said like a free woman that's just out having the time of her life, looking sexy.
Okay.
But then to other people, it's like you're single, you're doing whatever you want and having the time of your
You
life.
hoeing around.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
I kind of heard that too. So I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
so I'm like, I
why
don't
would
know.
they?
Okay.
Why would they ruin such a great line?
Okay, so this is what Solomon put.
But okay, I wanted to say something too, but go
Go ahead.
Read it, Solomon. Por
Oh, you
favor.
can read it.
Do you want to read it?
So bossy, right? I'm so
Right.
bossy. Okay. How is hot girl summer used on social media? Since it rose to popularity, the phrase has been used on social media to describe a carefree, confident attitude embraced by women, encouraging them to have fun, be self-assured, and prioritize their own happiness during the summer season.
Oh, and then look at right there, Solomon. Click where it says. You see, it says, "Does hot girl summer mean you're single?" Okay, let's.
Yeah,
click
we
that.
want to know.
That's
Oh,
what
wait, let's chime in with your guest.
is
Yes or no?
Yeah, is sometimes
is.
associated with
Okay.
embracing being single and flirty.
Okay.
You see, okay,
So this is how. Okay, so I just heard about this.
yeah.
My sister-in-law, props to Adelita Dels. We're under the same roof these days, and I love it. But she goes walking a lot.
Okay.
Like she'll just go on a 6-mile walk just for fun. Not even a hike, just I'm walking the neighborhood. Like
Hey,
she's
that's
just running her
good.
thing.
That's some sort of movement.
And so she's like, "Come on, Sonia, let's go on a hot girl
Walk.
walk." I'm like, "You mean because it's 103 degrees?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like I'm thinking hot temperature." But
Right.
then I got it like, "Oh, it's like this thing." She's like, "Come on, Sonia, let's go on a hot girl summer walk or whatever."
Like sexy little outfit while you're walking.
So, but no, like, we were not doing that.
Like, that's what I thought you meant.
Hey, here's
And
I don't know
make
what
money
kind of
while
sex-
we're doing it. No,
No, I didn't say that. I meant like thinking of like a hot girl walk, like having your headphones, like a nice little like
yes.
fanny pack, some cute little shorts, a little sports bra,
Boom, boom
got a little
shorts.
sweat dripping.
Okay, so anyway, so that was like my first clue into it. And then the other day I was driving because, whatever, I'm driving. But I love talk radio. So this is probably why I love this. But anyway, so I love talk radio. And then they were talking about, this hot girl summer thing. So I'm like, it's a thing. So now we're talking about it. Boom.
Yep, and now we actually know what a hot girl summer is.
Break it down for us.
Yeah, we saw that. Now
Who's up on the jar?
my turn. Right, because you said something you learned. Oh yeah, and then you said learn hot
Yeah,
girl
yeah, yeah.
summer.
Learned about
This
that.
was still for
That's
you
the
though.
business. For me?
Yeah. Ooh, have you ever parked in a disabled person spot without a permit? Well, I'm glad I wasn't asked that.
Yeah.
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 Same.
But not for a long time.
Yeah, when I know it's like an in and out type of thing. And have you ever got caught where there's someone that actually needed the space?
No.
Okay, thank goodness.
Mm-mm. Amen to that. Yeah.
Seriously.
That would be terrible.
Moving it on to you.
That would be terrible. Give me the little.
Let's see if we get some extra spicy ones before this ends.
A bad argument, my friend. Says it in the card.
A bad argument.
Yeah, this. I guess it's better if I put it right
Dang. Okay.
here. The throwdown where you had to put your hair in a chongo. No, just kidding.
No, damn,
No,
that's
I'm
a
just kidding,
whole
I'm just
fight.
kidding, I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I'm just
A
kidding.
bad
It says
argument.
argument. So that's exchange of words.
You're right. Okay. I would say I haven't had
Wait.
Go.
Have you ever had a social media argument?
I haven't had that in a long time. I remember back in the day when I was, as of recently, no. But
I never had, but I wanted to start something.
I've had people like send me negative stuff, but I just like rather not engage because there's people that can sit on their phone or the laptop and just stay there all day going back and forth. Yeah, just because I've seen other people go through it, and I'm like, well, I could either choose to engage in this person who knows where the heck they at and they really don't matter, and why even give them that energy or even try to explain when they already have that fixed mindset of I'm going to talk shit about her or whatever. But the last time I had
the fixed mindset.
exactly the last time I had a bad argument, I'd say was with my grandmother, which was a long time ago. Not that long, maybe like a year ago at the beginning of the year, just because. Coming from the dysfunctional family that I come from, we both have like our different points of views where I'm like kind of the black sheep and I try to tell her certain things so that she could just get the hang of it. And I believe people deserve second chances, but sometimes people want 100 fucking chances and they take advantage of the kind people. So when I see that, I tend to speak up about it. And I know that her being older and in her fixed mindset, she's like, no, Valerie, like this is what I want to do and this is the way it's going to be. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So I think that would be like the last bad argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, Carmen.
I know. Hi, Carmen, literally. I love how you said that. Yeah. Other than that, I'm like, I haven't
So
had
do I refill you? I don't want to refill you if you're not going to drink it.
I'm good with this.
Okay.
I'll make it last. I'm like, we have like a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm not
gonna
watching
finish
the
this
time.
shit.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. So it's for me.
Oh, yes, you're right. A person you got to really know. So I guess tell us about a person you really got to know.
Well, no, it's happening live right
Yeah,
now. Live on the
exactly.
show, friends.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right here, Violet.
Stop it, Sonia. Oh my goodness. You're gonna make me like really change my name. I'm just kidding. Violet's nice. But you're right. I feel like we're both, as we've gotten together for the podcast, it's like the times that we've gotten to know each other the most versus like when we've been at the Chingona Community events. Like I was telling Solomon, that's how we know each other. So being here, you share, I share, and we get to know each other more.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for hearing me out, you really pushed me out of my comfort zone, but I think the drink and you're just like natural energy in these questions that are like, I'm about keeping it real, that as you mentioned, you're like, so maybe some things we don't really have to go too deep into. But I think that's been a challenge for me for a long time, that even the first guest that I had on here this year in January, Janelle, she was like, dude, if people heard your story, like they'd appreciate you more, because they wouldn't be like, oh, you're just this fucking little positive fairy all the time. Like they don't know, not necessarily the real me, but things that I could be super relatable to, that they're like, oh shit, if that girl went through it and she's super nice and positive and wants to help others, like they'll reflect on their own situation. And I've told her like, well, eventually I'll do it. So even when I did the solo session and she looked at it, she was kind of like, you still didn't go into deep, like as much as you've talked to me. And I feel like it's very few people that I'll open up about like life. Like I know Solomon and I have had like life conversations about our family and stuff, things that we've related to. And now I feel like I had that opportunity with you just because it came like really natural, the drinks a little bit, and then these awesome questions that, I had in my mind. So I'm like, it would be nice if I had someone like interview me or ask me whatever they want. And I feel like this is it.
Aww.
Yeah. So thank
Good.
you.
You're
and it's nice hearing you
welcome.
too. And I appreciate
You're
you
welcome.
talking about
Thanks for playing along and entertaining me.
yeah, it's like we're going with the flow. It's a really beautiful thing. So I think we're almost going to be coming to an end. So what we can do is ask each other each one more question, and then we'll go ahead and close.
Oh, from the jar?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You got this. You got this.
Wait.
Did you have a
no.
question for her that wasn't in the jar?
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know. But I think it's your turn. Right? Because I just asked you.
A person you got to really know. Oh yes, you're right.
Oh, no, that was me. I
You
answered
pulled it
that.
out. Okay, yeah, you're right. So now I'm going to ask you. Okay.
No,
Right?
you asked me. So this question is for you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah, you could choose
'Cause I
another one
picked
because I
you.
picked it.
Yeah, you picked it.
Okay.
You wanted this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the drinks are in full swing.
I
You
know.
wanted this
I'm like,
one.
I didn't think he was going to hit me like that.
Okay. If it were possible to pick the sex of your baby, would it be ethical to do so? Dang. But I think we do that already, no?
Yeah, because
with artificial insemination, we can pick the sex.
that true, but even within our thoughts, like when like a woman gets pregnant, she's probably like, oh, I really want to have a girl, or I really want to have a boy, but what if she doesn't get that? I guess I've seen like on social media, like some people be disappointed, like when there's gender reveals and they see it's a girl, they'll get mad, or if it's a boy.
Catch the video there.
Yeah, and you catch the video of their reaction. But no, I think I'd be happy with whatever it is that I have. Like when I had my daughter and hear people talk stuff like, oh, it's scary having a girl. But I'm like, honestly, boys face the same dangers of like getting kidnapped, raped, harmed, whatever the case may be.
No, but it's asking, is it ethical? Do you think it's ethical or unethical to do so? Or we could just skip it.
I think
Unless you want to.
I think it's ethical. I think it's ethical because you're ultimately choosing like what it is that you want. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because we make our own choices every day to what it is that we want.
The only way it would be considered unethical is like, let's say the whole world started choosing only boys. or
Oh,
only
okay, yeah,
girls,
that's
right?
true. I
Because
agree.
of a cultural thing or religious thing or something like that. And then on the other hand, just to clarify, with artificial insemination, you're not selecting the sex, you're selecting the baby. Because, if there's like multiple eggs, you're saying, which one do I want to fertilize?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, good to know. We both learned something new. Now, I ask you the
We're good.
final question.
Uh,
You sure? Why are you scared,
why don't
Sonia?
we both do it? Okay. I just want to end on a good
Ooh,
note.
no, this is all for you. What's the biggest disappointment? Look, she's gonna share with us her biggest disappointment, and that's that. Don't be trying to put me in it too.
Spend that money. Okay. My biggest disappointment.
Ooh, you had to take off the glasses for this one. It's about to get serious.
Well, I mean, I think as a people, we're resilient. So I think we can overcome most anything. So whatever comes out, I'm sure that I have to dig deep because I already got over it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a good answer.
but
Without sharing too much, like you
my
said.
biggest I'm very specific. My biggest disappointment. Well, here's something that I started and that I didn't finish.
Okay.
So that's important because we got seconds. That's important because you could set trends like that in your life of starting something and not finishing it. And
Got
so
it.
and I don't like that. I don't want that to be my trend. And
Right.
so I started the Sheriff's Academy. I interviewed. I did the physical obstacle course. I passed everything and I had a position in the academy to start,
Wow.
and I put it on the back burner. So, but I wouldn't be where I'm at today if that was
Right.
the route that I would have taken. So,
It was. I'm sure it was like a good experience, but like you said, the universe or God had other plans for you.
Right.
So hey, it all worked out. But I think that's really cool. I seen you roll up with your sheriff's outfit. Had a whole sheriff podcast episode.
I'm all the gun like this big.
Right, Solomon would be like, please leave that at the door.
Actually, I do have a sheriff.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's true. I've seen
police
them.
officers, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I've seen them on his social media page because he posts like all the different podcasters that come through. But Sonia, we've come to the end of our podcast episode. It was so amazing to have you back on again. I know that you'll continuously be a guest on here, and I appreciate you bringing your jar, having these awesome questions that I feel like helped us get to know each other, helped me open up, helped you open up. And I appreciate your vulnerability because I know it could be hard. Not like saying it's hard for you, but I think it's hard for a lot of people to share that. And they just want to share the good shit of life, the highlights of their life that sometimes they don't want to share the bad things. So thank you so much for that. Any final words for the audience?
You're welcome. No, just hopefully we can get some audience engagement. Right?
Yep.
Why
Okay.
not?
Sounds
Why
good.
not?
Have some questions
Why
that
not?
they end up wanting us to ask, and
Yeah.
put it in the comments section below. But other than that, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this amazing episode. First episode with drinks, by the way. There is healthiness to it, okay? All in moderation. And make sure to look at the description box below to see Sonia's social media platforms, whether it's the Moonshine Shaker mobile bar, her personal page, and then you'll have all of my information below as usual. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.